creation, and job creation is what this is all about anyway. That is why we are here, because without jobs you can't have food, and without food you can't have dinners. Now can ya?
Thank you, Mrs. Mathur Lokren, I think. I'm going to start with you, Mrs. Mathur Tripathi, this time. When you go to a dinner party, what do you like to wear? And please keep your answers short, as we will be running out of time very quickly.
Thank you. To honor your request with respect to the time, I'll make my answer concise. I like to wear pants and a kurti. Pants represent the American culture that we have all embraced, and the kurtis represent the Mathur pride that will always be a part of us. Thank you.
Mrs. Mathur Kumar?
Well, as you can clearly see, my opponent is trying to do away with our tradition with her change policy. The idea is to carry on their traditions, not get rid of them. And as a result, I would like to wear a beautiful sari with a shawl if needed, and my sandals are 100% made in Old Delhi, where all the shops cater to Mathur needs.
And you, Mrs. Mathur Lokren?
I want to remind everyone that I am a maverick and open to listening to all sides and not being afraid of going to the other side of the aisle to work together for the common good. And my open-mindedness is demonstrated by my ability to read every and all newspapers that come onto my desk. Even though I have not been to India, I can see it on the globe I have in my office. And therefore, I am most capable of carrying on the traditions to the next generation. And to answer your question, Dolly, I will wear what mavericks wear to a dinner party.
The next question is for you, Mrs. Mathur Lokren. If your 10-year-old came to you asking what it means to be a true Mathur, what would you tell him or her?
Dolly, I am not going to answer your question. I need to go back to the food question, because I think I have been misrepresented by my opponents there. And I don't think my views on nutrition and dietary restrictions and nuclear proliferation as it pertains to microwave ovens have been, addressed, and they have been distorted by the media also. Therefore, I would like to talk straight to your Mathurs. And I would just like to add that Mrs. Mathur Kumar's bondays have always been very salty. And her dahi days are very, very hard. She is not Miss Perfect Party Planner as she would have you all believe. Also, Mrs. Mathur Tripathi over here talks about eating healthy. But did you know that while she is feeding all of you 2 veg and 1 non-veg entree and fruit custard at her dinner parties, her kids and husband are being fed McDonald's chicken nuggets and fries, frozen pizzas, and Pepsi! I ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the community, are these 2 ladies fit to lead the next generation of the Mathurs? I think not. Oh, and I like to hunt moose.
Mrs. Mathur Kumar?
I would tell my beautiful daughter the following. She's right here. You should take pride in being a Mathur, and we should pass on our wonderful Mathur traditions by marrying other Mathurs and producing Mathur offspring. We value education above all else. As a result, I'd encourage my daughter to succeed academically, and then, God willing, find a Mathur doctor to marry. We also value the arts. I would encourage my daughter to pursue singing or playing an instrument, but I would discourage her in the future if she finds herself an artist to marry, if being an artist is his profession. If she came home with Joe the plumber, I will not be very happy and will do my best to discourage that union. And last, but certainly not least, I will stress the importance of hosting the most spectacular dinner parties. And I will teach her all the dishes I frequently make at my own parties. To summarize, I would say that the Mathur values are fundamentally the core values of every human being, which is we value education, art, the close-knit family, and the community that binds us together. Thank you.
Mrs. Mathur Tripathi, same question. What would you tell your children about what it means to be a true Mathur?
Again, there's a fundamental difference with how I describe Mathur pride. I ask you, my fellow Mathurs, how can our next generation show and spread Mathur pride to the world if they only marry other Mathurs? This is what I propose. I propose that our children go out there and find non-Mathurs and marry them and show them what Mathurs are all about. Take our friend Joe the plumber out there. I'll encourage my child to bring Joe or Josephine Plumber home, unlike my opponent. If I'm elected, I will work tirelessly to ensure the next generation spreads the Mathur culture to all the Joes out there who are not privileged enough to be born into a Mathur family. I've laid out my entire plan for all of you to see. Please visit my website at www.mathurswantchange.com.
Thank you, candidates, for a most interesting debate. And thank you for watching tonight. May the best candidate win. Happy Diwali!